There you go. Let's
What's up,
go.
man?
Give him a round of applause. Stone heavy hitter, Duke. As I know you, Walter Sanders to everyone else. Welcome, brother. Happy Friday. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you, and I'm thankful to know you, man. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Just blessed to be here on this earth, man. You know, enjoying the fruits of the labor. You know.
There you go. There you go. So to people who are on this live, I'm sorry, listening and watching. So Duke and I grew up together. We played basketball, football together. He grew up public housing. You know, we called it Murder Mall Projects.
Yeah.
All the way from Baltimore, Maryland. You know, you like to say Bodymore, Murderland. No pun intended. But yeah, man. So, you know, knowing Walter since we were young, probably like 11 or 12, always was a just hard-nosed, go-getter, confident, just big believer. And I'll give you a story, Duke. I believe growing up, you always had the odds stacked against you, right? Like, I remember when everyone knew you as a football player. Like, oh, he's a football player. He's stocky, got muscles. But no one really think you could hoop or play basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know, 12 and under AAU when you went down Tennessee, you played with Coach Corbett in Mount Royal, you was doing your thing. You know, every time you got in the game, you did your thing. And you always went above and beyond on your craft and for who you are as an individual. And I just always say, like, man, this guy he doesn't quit. He doesn't resist. But I just want to ask you a few questions, you know, get started into this interview. Like, I didn't grow up in the projects. I didn't grow up in public housing. I was around it. I had family members who was a part of it as well. Inside of those projects, what was it like for you growing up in the projects, like as a kid? What was that like for you?
Man, you know what, man? It's funny you say that because from looking in on the outside, it's like, man, you know, how they live like that? How they, you know, how can they manage? How can they be happy? How can they, you know, go to school? How can they, you know, want to have dreams or have goals because of the environment you're in? See, me, you know, growing up, I didn't have other options, as in, let's say the silver spoon, as they say. I didn't have those options, so I didn't know what was good or what was bad. I didn't know what was better, what was less. So
Right.
Me growing up in poverty and you know, public housing, things like that, and you know, having, you know, 6 or 7 people in an apartment, you know, a 2-bedroom apartment, you know, sleeping 2 in the bed, 2 on the floor, you know, it was like that's the only thing I knew. So I just knew leaving that place, and every time I walked out the door in the morning, I always said it's going to get better.
Okay.
It's going to get better, you know?
Yeah.
And I think playing sports and meeting people, you know, such as yourself, you know, other athletes that we grew up with, meeting those guys and making a connection and start talking and start dreaming and start to say, you know what, start making goals and things like that. I think once I started joining the sports team, that opened my eyes because not only it was a sport, but, you know, basketball, football, and baseball, all those sports, they teach you life lessons.
Right.
You know,
right.
it's not just the game. Yeah, the sport is the driving tool. That's the driving vehicle. I'm sorry, the driving vehicle. Yeah. But that's just the source. You know, but everything else comes from
the mind.
You know?
Yeah.
And
yeah, because, you know, I think where your apartment was in the projects, right outside, they was probably selling the most drugs in that neighborhood.
No question.
They was doing a lot of money, a lot of sales. So, like, coming home from school or leaving for school, what was that energy you were surrounded with? Like, how did that feel? What was in your mind? Like, did you think about that you wanted to sell drugs? Did you want to get in the streets? Like,
Oh,
what's your influence? What was your motivation?
oh man. I mean, those things, man. Like you said, walking out the door and seeing, crime scenes, seeing tape wrapped around, literally a step out the door, in front of an apartment building, or police running and shooting and things like that. I never, maybe for like a tenth of a second, said, you know what? Oh, okay, that might be cool. And then, after that tenth of a second, I was like, it's not. It's not. So the matter of the strike of lightning, that's how fast I thought about it, how fast I didn't think about it. And I just used those things, seeing the poverty, the deaths, the robberies, our friends getting killed at age 14, it was a detrimental, man. And I can tell you that what changed my life, man. We was I can't remember who was with me. It might have been Jeremy or something. I can't remember who exactly was with me, but nobody really know the story. But I was walking up North Avenue, and I think I was about to make a right on I don't know that street. I think that might be Utah. I think Utah goes up. No, Utah comes down. Whatever that street is, it goes up. Can't remember the street exact name, but man, we was walking, and the guy rolled up, came up on, ran up on us with a gun. Right? Yeah. I'm at 14 years old. I don't have money. I don't have anything. I might have had a fresh pair of tennis on, Jordans, because everybody wanted Michael Jordans. My dad got me a pair of Jordans or something, and I had those on. And the guy was like, "Man, give me everything."
Dang.
At that point, I'm like, everything. Like, I don't even have a phone. I don't have nothing. I think back then the pagers or something was it back then. So right. I'm like, man, man, I don't have anything. I might have like 50 cents. Back in the day, the gas was like 30-something cent, 80-something cent. So, I collect quarters because mama got a car, so she didn't know I should save quarters and change for the gas.
Right. Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah. For the gas, because she trying to feed 5 or 6 people. Any little money I get, or from her helping people carry bags from the grocery store, like the market, you should carry or put it in a car. I keep the change and try to save it to give them more for gas, to get me to practice or wherever I need to go.
Yeah.
And that's all I had in my pocket. I'm like, man, I can't get this. I need this. I got to get to practice on Wednesday. I'm thinking about practice on Wednesday while I'm about to get robbed,
Hey.
So I'm like, man, I don't have nothing. Man, the guy pulled the gun out, man. And I literally, I wish I can remember who was with me, but.
Jeremy, I think y'all came back to the hood and y'all kind of told us the story. It was late night. Was it late?
It could have been. It could have been, man.
Yeah.
I just know it was crazy because I said, man, listen, if whatever you're gonna do, man, tell mother I love her.
Dang.
And I got change in my pocket for wherever she need to go this week. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Man, the guy looked at me, man, and was like, how old are you, man?
Dang.
With the gun? Man, with the gun.
Wow.
I said, I'm 14, man. 14. You know what? Now that I think about it, it was Levy.
Oh.
Levy was with me. Levy was with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, what was going on, but I think Levy was with me.
Yeah.
But the guy was like, I said, man, I'm 14, man. I don't really have much. I'm sorry. Like, I'm apologizing to him as if I did something wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how it was, man, growing up, man. You literally had to, every day was an apology to you. Every day was an apology. Like, sorry, I mean it. Sorry, I mean it. Because that's all we knew.
Right.
You know what I mean? And once I told him, I said, I'm 14, man. I don't have nothing. This is what it is. And he vaguely looked at me and was like, man, to be honest with you, my goal today was to rob and kill somebody today. To this day, the dude talking to me with a mask on and everything. And I'm sitting there, I got tears down my face because I'm like shook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Jesus, that's trauma, different type of trauma.
Yeah, man, it was different. But when I told him, I said, I'm 14, man. I just want to, trying to make it out of this place for my mom, man, my dad, my family, my friends. I'm just trying to get out of here because, this is That's what it is.
Yeah.
And the man turned the gun, put it in his pocket, and he started hitting up North Avenue towards Pennsylvania Avenue, up that way.
Yeah.
That way. And that old Amico gas station or something was right there in the little tire spot. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. And man, he looked at me. He was like, man, go ahead. I forgot what he said, little bro or something. He was saying, you know, the slang term. And right then and there, man, I knew God had something for my life. You know what I mean? And man, I can't forget. I will never forget that.
Yeah,
just that portion. You know what I mean?
That's small. You know, it dictated how you felt about life, where you wanted to go, what you thought you needed. And man, you know, when we look back at your life and the things you did when you was young, to see where you at now, like that moment paid dividends to where you are now. You know, like from going from, before we move forward, I got a quick game, right? I call it rapid fire. So in rapid fire, I say two names, you pick one, whatever comes to mind. All right? It's going to be quick. A few questions. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Mount Royal, Johnny.
my foundation was Johnny Howard, man. You
know. What's more rewarding? Making it to the NFL, playing for the Ravens, or being a firefighter?
Oh man, firefighter.
Okay. Working hard to earn some money, or shooting dice in the neighborhood and taking some money?
Look, the dice game is rapid and fast, but I'm gonna have to go with working hard, because hard work and dedication, that money you'll appreciate it more.
Yeah. So one more question, one more rapid fire. Young Jeezy or Jay-Z?
I mean, what kind of a question? What you mean?
I mean, that's what I was telling you. You know what I'm saying?
It could be two.
You gotta pick one though.
Man, they both goats, man.
I know. That's why I'm asking the question. What you got?
Well, I tell you what though. Hey, Jeezy was my man. I ain't gonna lie. Jeezy was my man growing up. That's all I rocked to in college football games. Jeezy.
Yeah. Hit the kitchen lights, cockroaches everywhere.
Right.
Kitchen lights, it's marble floor everywhere.
Right. I put on. Right.
Hey.
Right.
Man. But yeah, moving forward, man. So Johnny got Howard. I think we met football. I think he's playing for Harlem Park.
Yeah.
And then came to Mount Royal. You know what I mean? We won. I think we won like a city championship. We won some type of bowl.
Yeah, football and basketball. We won everything.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, we won middle school basketball championship.
Yeah.
Coach Kevin. Everybody say he look like Coach Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah, man. Then you went to Murrow. So transitioning from middle school, when you and I connected and we won a few championships, football, basketball, and then moving forward to high school, you picking Murrow. What was your intentions going into high school, playing sports, and what was the end goal once you got there?
Well, me picking Murrow, coming out of Mount Royal, I guess when you have a certain grade point average, which mine was about like a B+, so I had options to go any school I wanted to, because I had good grades. You know, Mr. Corbett always saying, you know, he told me this in the 6th grade, I got in trouble one time. He pulled me in the office like, hey, you know, if you don't get in trouble no more at this school, you can go to any high school you wanted. I don't know if he remembered that, but I got in trouble one time, man. He pulled me and said, you know, just one time. That's it. After this point, you go to any high school you want. Just get your grades, whatever. And I took that and ran with it, man. And me choosing Murrow was because everybody chose every other school, and Murrow was on the brink of things, and they didn't at the time they didn't have their own football field.
Yeah. And
I chose that because growing up, playing football and all that, young, I knew we had to travel. We had to go practice at Lot 16. You know, other reps and little league teams had a football field right outside that thing. Harlem Park. Go outside Harlem Park, the field's right there.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
You know, John. You know, you go to Lakeland. You can think about all the Pop Warner teams. You go where they meet at. That's where they field is. You know.
Yeah.
And there only a few that didn't have it there, but I looked at that transition because I knew it's a road we got to climb. It was a road we had to climb. And I said, you know what? Me taking these walks every day to practice gives me time to think.
Yeah.
About the next step, you know, next goal or team goals or just life in general, man. I just think there's always a step or goal that you're trying to accomplish in doing something. So I chose Merrill because they didn't have a football field.
Got it.
They didn't win or they wasn't winning, I think, since I want to say Marcus Hatt. He was there. Mo Hatt. You know, everybody knows. Beast. Oh, man. All-American. St. John. You know, everything. Mo Hatt, the man. And I'm like, man, okay. You know, they had all types. They had Chester, Frazier. They went to Lake Clifton. They had Paul. They had everybody. They had everybody going on.
Yeah, shouts out to Chester and Paul.
Yeah. Chester, Illinois, And they had athletes, man. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, they was that. Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I want to go there and change the culture, man. I want to change. I want to be the first guy to play football, basketball, and run track, and make all city, all county, all metro. I want to do those things, and I want to take that walk to go over to the practice field because I know the walk from playing middle school ball.
Yeah.
So, and I think like you said, the goals for Merville was to go to Merville.
Yeah.
Finish school, graduate. You know, like you said, make all metro in sports and get a college scholarship. So that because I knew my parents couldn't afford to go to school to send me to $100,000, $200,000 school. It just wasn't possible growing up in a situation, you know, growing up. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna show my peers that anything is possible. And man, you know, like you said, graduating, getting a scholarship, and leaving the school as a top rusher, as the first player to make all Metro in basketball since Marcus Hatton. You know, so it was deep, man. I'm like, man, and I had a goal. I had a goal sheet. You know, for whoever listening, you know, make a small sheet of paper or your phone, because everybody got their phone all the time. Go on your notepad and just write goals down. Write goals, write your dreams down, because if you write them down, it's more likely you can get it done. Now you're just thinking about it. Oh yeah, I can do.
Hold on. Pause. Run that back. Say that again.
I said, if you write it down, it's more likely you'll get it done.
There you go.
And because you actually see the vision, not only psychologically, but you actually see it on paper. You know what I mean? You actually see it on paper. So it's like I wrote the goals down, and I looked at it every day when I woke up. Looked on the paper. Boom. All right, I gotta do this today. Okay, I gotta do this today. When it comes to games, I gotta do this today. We gotta win. We gotta do this. You know, I want to help my teammates. So all these goals I wrote down, and by the time it's time for 12th grade, and it's hitting that peak where all the seniors looking around like, oh man, what we gonna do next? I already knew.
You already know. Yeah.
I'm like, man, I got the scholarship. I got the scholarship. Thank God I got the scholarship.
Yeah, at a young age, you know, the great Nipsey Hussle say, write it down and follow through. You was being intentional when you 15, 16. You don't even know it. You was setting your intentions. Okay, I'm going to look at my goals. Okay, big all-mat. Get a certain amount of yards. You good grades. And like I said, you did well in high school. You did well in school. You did well on the basketball court. You made all-mat. You did numbers on the football field. I didn't even know you ran track. You know what I'm saying? You was all world, all everything. And then from there, you went to college. You know what I'm saying? You went to Division II, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
St. Augustine.
HBCU.
Yes. Is it St. Augustine?
It's St. Augustine, yep.
Yeah. So what was the process of you getting to St. Augustine? What was this like? How was that? And tell the people about the story. You was like the 10th running back or 5th.
Oh my God, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you how to even transition to to college. So to piggyback on the last story from high school, so I played for Coach Wade, Daryl Wade. You know, one of the legendary coaches, Bob Wade, you know, Maryland, Dunbar, 30 for 30, you know, so I played for the Wade, under the Wade family, and Wade coached baseball at Mervo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he coached baseball. So me just making all Metro, I'm the man. Like everybody in the city talking about, everybody know. So I said, you know what? Let me do some baseball. Let me do some baseball, right?
Why not?
Why not, right? Yeah, I shouldn't have. But listen, man, I went out there, and I ain't played baseball since we was little at Johnny Howard.
Yeah.
Underhand throwing, underhand.
Yep.
Man, I got down the baseball field, Wade out there coaching. Everybody everybody looking at me, trials. Man, when I say I couldn't throw the ball, I couldn't catch the ball. I couldn't hit the ball. I was going too fast. I could hit the ball.
Striking.
And Wade pulled me to the side in the practice. Was like, hey man, you should go get ready for track. You know, get fast for football, so get ready for track. So as he was saying it, he was telling me basically, I'm cutting you. I'm not keeping you.
Yeah.
He was telling me that without telling me, because I just took him to the Final Four at Maryland College Park basketball.
Yeah.
So he all happy, about that. Now he got to break it to his star athlete with the basketball court that he ready cut me in baseball.
Yeah.
I said, Coach, it's cool, Coach. I get it. It's not for me. I should have worked harder. I should have trained harder, or I should have did a little more. It's not for me. I get it. So now fast forward to college, right? Okay. St. Augustine, St. Aug, as they call it down at CIAA, Raleigh, North Carolina. I go down there, and I get there. Actually, the college head coach, Michael Costa, came here, Maryland, offered me a scholarship. I said, Coach, before I take this scholarship, can I play basketball there too? Because at that point, making all Metro, a lot of colleges was on me. Miami came to me, Virginia, a few schools coming to me for basketball, Division I schools. Yeah. But every time I mentioned, I said, can I play football there? No, we recruit for basketball. We're going to carry you for a semester, get your grades up, whatever. And we get you eligible for the springtime for, the following year. So I'm like, so no football? No football. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I know that ain't for me. It wasn't for me. But when I ran to Michael Costa, I said, man, can I? He started the football program back in, I think, like 2000. Only like 6-7 years prior to that. Only 6 years. The school, at the time, it was maybe 5 years at the time. It just started there, 2000. And he said, I said, Coach, can I play basketball here too? He was like, yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, you're good enough. The team is tough. They got some athletes down there. At the time they did, because I seen them. I wound up going to take a visit because he said I'm going to play both sports. And that was my mom playing both sports. And I took a visit, and those guys played on ESPN in the CIAA. I'm like, man, they going ESPN, CIAA in Charlotte? I mean, I done seen everybody at the games. All the celebrities, the stars. You talking about, rappers. I met Floyd. It's funny. I met Floyd Mayweather. Back when I was hooping. And he was on the. I think he was on the. He was like on the side, like sitting up front. Had security, had everybody. I think everybody had. He probably don't remember this, but it was years ago. He was out at the CIAA, and he was courtside, and we warming up, basketball, and to fast forward, when I'm there, I'm like, you know what? My goal is here. I had a yellow sheet of paper. I think I still have it. It might be upstairs in my desk, but I had a yellow sheet of paper. The same thing I did in high school. I had a goal sheet. I wrote down, graduate, make team members better, finish top in my class, dean's list, All-American, first team All-Russian, top Russian in school history, NFL, everything, like all conference player of the year. I wrote it all down, put it all online. And every spring, my football coach used to ask me, hey, what you going to do this summer? What you going to do this summer? And after like my second year, he stopped asking me because he already knew whatever I said, or he already knew I was the guy that's gonna go home and get it done. Because certain players had to stay in school because they had to monitor them because they didn't know they were gonna go home and train. Yeah. After my second year, which was really my first year because I couldn't play the first year because I wasn't eligible, I wrote everything down. He was like, "Okay, go home. You know, do what you gotta do." And man, year after year, man. I mean, year after year, semester after semester. The one game, Mr. Harrison, Johnny Howard.
Coach Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, he started me playing football. Started me.
Yeah.
After that one game, he came to in Charlotte. I think I had, I don't know, like 270 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't know what numbers. Man, it was crazy. And he was like, my coach was like, "You on your way, man. You're on your way." And that was Saturday. By Tuesday, Seattle Seahawks, the Raiders, the Vikings, everybody. I had about 6 scouts. The coach called. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock, he called me up and said, "Hey, man, it's some NFL scouts down here. They wanna talk to you." Mind you, I'm asleep. I'm in the bed. Coach called, wake me up. We had the dorm, so our dorms is connected to the coach's office. Man, he called me up. Was like, "Hey, man, you got some scouts, NFL scouts down here." I said, "What?" I said, "Who?" Yeah. He said, "I got some NFL scouts down here want to talk to you." A few of them was at the game on Saturday. They was at the game checking out another player from the we played, you know what it was? We played Winston-Salem State, a Division I school. Winston-Salem State University. They was Division I. And I had we beat them. They was undefeated. We beat them. St. Aug, Division II, we beat them. I had like 2 touchdowns, almost 200 yards, everything. And he said, "Yes, scouts down here. They was at the game looking at another player, but they wanted to talk to you because the number, the good game you had." Man, I said, "Okay, coach, cool. I'll be down there just playing it cool." Bro, I hung up the phone and looked in the sky and said, "God, wow." I said, "Everything you said in this list is starting to come true. Like it's starting to, I'm seeing it." And man, I went down there and talked to him, man, them scouts, man. And they was at the practices. They was coming to the practice. I'm like, man, like these jokers, they really serious. And I'm like, man, this is what it is.
Right, right.
And I'm like, man, this is amazing, man. Everything I'm asking for is coming to pass. And then, as the season go on, of course, I finished top rushing and number 2 in the nation, all American and the Jet magazine, all conference player of the year, everything. I'm sitting there like, man, this really. I said all the battle because I started here. I got there. I was number 13 on the depth chart, 10 or 13 on the depth chart. Yeah. I got there, and as an athlete, you see all those guys in front of you. You got 2 options: fight or flight.
Absolutely.
That's it. Fight or flight. That's it. So I'm sitting there, all these guys from Texas, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia. I'm like, man, they fast, they lightning, they quick. I'm like, okay, I get it, God. Those walks that I took.
Walks.
Mount Royal, 11, 12 years old. Those walks going to practice. Those walks in high school. And then when I was in college, we didn't have our own field. So we had to walk. We didn't have our own field yet. We didn't have our own field. So I was like, man, God, you literally showing me it's like steps of the journey. You gotta appreciate this thing. I'm gonna walk you to this. And every team I went for, I'm at home, but I had to walk to go to the stadium. I had to walk to go to practice. I had to walk. It was crazy. And fast forward, man, it was like, after pledging, crossing Sigma, Phi Beta Sigma fraternity incorporated, for doing that, my brothers out there, Sigma family, man, love you guys. We just had our Founders Day, January 9th, 1914, all the Sigmas. And after crossing, man, it started to show me everything, all the stuff God was just telling me when I was younger, the brotherhood, the teamwork, the make your dreams, come. Everything started to come full circle, man.
Yeah.
And then like you said, after college, man, top rusher,
Yeah.
graduated, first one in the family ever. You
I
know,
think at that point, you know what I mean? That's kind of considered where we come from. You made it out. You ain't make it, but you made it out. You know what I'm saying? And then you talk next level. You talk the NFL. You made it to the NFL, the biggest league there is for anybody in the football arena. You
oh
make it
man,
to the NFL, you down there and wrote yourself a whole new life, a whole new experience of being not the kid that grew up in the 800, murder mall projects, but the kid who got, stuck up with a gun at 14 to saving quarters for his mom so she can get the gas in the car, to focusing, writing things down on a yellow notepad or whatever, to following his dreams, becoming all mat basketball, football, running track, you know what I'm saying, to going to a D2 school, overlooked, and doing numbers and making a name of yourself to make it to the NFL. You couldn't even forget all the stuff you had to become to get there. And then you get to the NFL. And then you playing for the Ravens. Like, damn. And so I know your time there was short, but can you just kind of give people, like, the experience it was when you was playing, and, like, from the moment you was there and the moment you left, like, what was the turning point then? Because you got all these turning points. You know what I'm saying? In your life, you keep turning the corner. You going to
right.
the next block, the next street. You got more food and more water to, drink and eat. Like, it's more in you. That wasn't nothing. That was just like, oh, I got here. I did it. I served that purpose. What's next? I feel like you the what's next guy. Oh, yeah, I did that. Oh, yeah, all that cool. I made some NFL. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I did that. So now there's always what's next. So from going from college to playing, making it to the NFL, what was that like? And from there, what was the intentions moving forward for you?
I would say, like I said from the beginning, man, it seemed like God ordered my steps, because all these years walking to practice, walking to the nest, walk to the stadium, little league, high school didn't have a stadium, college didn't have a stadium, and it was like getting to the NFL. Not only the NFL is like you said, the best of the best in the world. Only 1% of the world of athletes even get a shot. So to actually sign in a contract, getting a signing bonus, actually doing all these things, and then not only that, God showed me that all those walks to practice, all those walks to the stadium. Now I'm gonna give you a hometown team and your own stadium. You don't have to go nowhere. You at home. You don't gotta move anymore. You at home. So I'm like, oh man. So all this time you just showed me those walks in new stadium. Now I'm putting you. You appreciate it. I'm gonna put you right there, right in your hometown.
Yeah.
And I think, me going to my hometown and meeting these guys and practicing, the Ray Lewis's, the Terrell Suggs, Ed Reeds, all these guys, man. All these guys, Anquan Bolden, you name it, you go on the list, man. Meeting these guys and practicing with guys and, like, hearing their story and actually listening to the guys tell me, hey man, I've been in this city for such a period of time. Like Ray Lewis, man, always had a story. People growing up in Baltimore, he know how hard the city of Baltimore is. And hearing him say, you made it out of Baltimore.
Yeah.
You made it out of Baltimore. And even down to Laquan Williams, we was the two Baltimore guys on the team. So for us making it out of Baltimore and going for our hometown team and hearing Ray Lewis saying it, it means the world to me, because I grew up watching that guy. I grew up watching him like, man, this guy, man, everybody knew who Ray Lewis was. He was that guy, and actually sharing the same locker room with him, man, and listen to him talk and really understand. He said, Matt Burke, another guy, and Ed Reed, they said, whatever you do from this point on, man, don't ever give up.
Yeah.
And at that point, I already had in my mind, never give up. That's why I was there, But actually hearing it from those guys, like, okay, I get it. And I realized the NFL is a business. Yeah, it's a sport. It's a sport, but it's really a business, you know, and I get it, you know. So at that point, you know, I built a relationship with guys and coaches to say, okay, once my day came to an end, it was like, okay, all right, Walter, okay, you know, releasing you this and that. Okay, cool, okay. What's next for me?
Yeah.
What's next? But the experience, to actually have the experience, man, to accomplish the goal of getting to the NFL, it was priceless, man. It was priceless. Like I could have played for free. Like, yeah, they gotta pay you, but football, I play all my life for free. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
NFL,
yeah.
yeah, that, I mean, the money ain't mean nothing. Yeah, it helps situations and people around you, yeah. But I play the game for free, man. And the transition outside of that, what's next, like you said, uh, it was a tough transition, but it was easy.
Yeah.
Because it was tough because you hate giving up something you love. But
Right,
it was
right.
but it was easy because your drive you have.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
what's the thing you always say? You say
I
your talent will take you where your character can't keep you. And
yeah, I
so
said
a
a
lot
lot.
of
Yeah.
young guys that have a lot of talent, but their character can't keep them after the talent dissolves or goes on. So then they got to look back at, what do I do? All I know is football. And I think for people listening, athletes, male, female, educate yourself. Be mindful that, the sport, it's not going to be forever. But the knowledge that you attain and the experiences you have will. So make the best of it. Be the best you can, but don't take reading books, learning different things for granted when you the man or you the girl, because things happen quick. And that real life, and you got to go pro in life, you got to really pay bills, you got to really take care of kids, and you got to really, you don't have no answers, because the only answers for so long was your athletic ability, your swag, your talent, your charisma. But when that goes south, what do you have left? So I think for you, because of your character and your integrity and who you are and what you've been through, that was just peanuts. Like, all right, cool, Ravens, I appreciate it. Just want to say thank you for the time and the exposure. Okay, it's always something. What's next? And you became a firefighter. And what I didn't know, that it's hard to really become a firefighter. Like the training and the things that you have to attain and acquire to be that. It's not as simple and easy as people think it is. But you're a born athlete. Like you always work out. It's nothing. But it was something bigger, and it just took you to a whole nother dimension. And I'm like, damn, that's deep, bro. Like, you're a real life firefighter. You remember when a firefighter used to come to class when he was
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
elementary
yeah, yeah, yeah.
school, talking with their helmet on and their uniform? He like, man, buddy, really doing it. This man lived several lives. you know, fire, football player, athlete, to playing for the Ravens hometown team, to being a firefighter, and now you boxing. So it's like, this is a man of many professions,
Right.
wear many different hats, and he's successful in all of them. So um, can you just give people the story, like how you became a firefighter, and let's transition into like what's happening now in your life and your career and what's going on moving forward, because I think that's very important, because you ain't stone heavy hitter for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man. The transition, man, like you said, leaving the NFL, and I was like, man, what can I do next? And came to find out, the guys that actually that came to the Ravens facility, we used to get there around 6:15. They come. We had guys at the facility 5 o'clock, 5 a.m. Right,
Mm-hmm.
prepping, putting our jerseys in the locker, our cleats, our clothes, our mail, everything, prepping everything. They had it lined up nice and neat, man, everything. And I'm like, they used to wear all black in there. And I'm like, man, these guys be on it, man. They here way earlier than us. I be complaining about, oh man, I gotta get up at this time. Well, these guys must be getting up at 3. If they had 5,
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there like, man. And then come to find out years later, the transition, those guys that prepped everything in our locker room was actually professional firefighters. They was
Really?
captains. Yeah, they was captains, chiefs, lieutenants. I mean, these guys making, make a lot of money. They had to prep nobody, jock scrap or clean the jersey. They didn't need the money, but the energy they used, man, they had everything organized. To see that, it was humbling because when I asked John Harbaugh, Ravens head coach, I said, man, what can I do next, this and that. I said, I think I want to be a firefighter. And I was like, Coach, can you write me a letter of recommendation, to the Baltimore County Fire Department? Man, he emailed me back. I was like, sure can. I'll have it to you in a day or two, whatever he said, something quick. But building that rapport with him, that's why I was able to do that and get it done. And when he brought the letter of recommendation, and getting into Baltimore County Fire Department is pretty tough. It's pretty hard because you talking about 3,000 to 4,000 people, applicants, signing up for only 30 spots. Yeah. Then you start weeding yourself out. This, okay, did he pass this? Did he do that? Start weeding yourself out. And I just think my drive that I have, that what separates me from a lot of people that have the silver spoon and that always, your dad or your father, your mom can go out and buy you a car or pay your bills or buy you this and buy you that and buy you all these things. I just think with me, the drive I have, determination that I get, from my parents, I think that drive, the reason why I'll do those kids that have been given everything and brought everything is because the word drive, they don't sell it at Walmart. They don't sell drive. Yeah.
Hold on. The word drive, they don't sell it at Walmart. You can't get that in the store. You gotta have it. Don't.
Yeah, you gotta have a drive in you, and and like they said, the captains and chiefs, the head guys and everything, they got kids that you can buy them everything you have, but the thing what separates me is that drive, man. And daddy or mommy can't buy you drive; they don't sell it. You know what I mean?
Driving to this day, you still got the drive. You still driving.
It's unreal, man. It's unreal.
Now you boxing. Now you're professional boxing. You knocking heads. You sparring. You jump roping. You getting in shape. Waking up at 5 a.m. You like the new age Rocky.
Right.
Like you really, like a lot of people talk it. You living it. You know what I'm saying? You know what it's like to be a professional athlete. You know what it's like to be, all-time rusher, leading rusher in the country. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it feel like. Forget saying it, man. I was just like, you lived it.
Right.
A lot of people talking, but you living it now. You're boxing. And that's even like, what, we 32? People don't enter boxing that late in life. You know what I'm saying? So for you to have the tenacity, the mindset, and just the urge and the drive, there you go, that drive to become a boxer and want to box and be good at it says a lot about who you are as a person, who you becoming, and where you going to go. And I just think a lot of times when we look at people, our peers and people we know, we sometimes can take who they are for granted. Because like, oh, yeah, that's Dick from around the way. Oh, yeah, we went to school. That's my boy. Like, oh, yeah. And then we forget, like, hold on. Let's go look at the scoreboard. Damn, Duke got a lot of points up there. That's right, he did play that. Damn, he a firefighter too. And he boxing too. Damn, what time he get up? Man, he a family man. He's successful. He make good money. He own property. Man, it's buddy really living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything comes full circle. So I hope you know that and you understand that, man. And but let's give people a little bit of what's going on now in your life. You boxing. What's next? You got some amateur fights coming up. I know you're not officially pro. Maybe you are, or maybe you're not. I'm not sure. What's next for you in the boxing world, and what can people see and look forward to, and what should people know moving forward?
Yeah, man. Like I said, moving forward, man. I'm in my 8th year at the fire department, and it's going well, man. And now that I'm in boxing, the thing is, man, I met my boxing coach through my high school teacher. They're all full circle. I was outside training. Me and my boy Richard was out there running, and I came up the hill, running hills. I came up the hill, And I seen a couple people walking around the lake that I knew from growing up, spoke to them, kept moving. Then I ran into my high school teacher. She was like, "Hey, Walt, hey." I was like, "Hey, Miss B, hey." And
Hey, baby.
right. And she's like, "What you up to? I know you playing football, this and that. I got your picture and this and that." I said, and she was walking at the time. I didn't know, but it was her daughter and the dog. We was walking the dog. And I was like, "Well, I want to get into boxing." She looked at her daughter and started smiling. Her daughter named Jazz. She looked at Jazz, started smiling. She's like, "You want to get into what?" I said, "Boxing." She said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, my daughter and my husband owns a boxing gym."
Wow.
I said, "Your husband?" I said, "Hold on. Your husband used to tell us back at Maryville, your husband used to box and he played football." He said, yeah. They got a boxing gym at Fells Point." I'm like, "Okay." And this was Friday. I said, "Well, can I start tomorrow?" She was like, No. Come Monday, I'll tell my husband about you. Boom, boom, boom. I said, "Okay, well, I'll be down Monday." And man, I ran to Coach Dave, and he was telling me his spiel. He was out in Vegas fighting. You know, he fought for 2 or 3 world titles. Olympic. He went to Olympic trials, and he played football, military football. He's a running back. So as we talking and clicking, it's like kind of like I'm looking at a old version of myself. You know, like, man, this coach, he know about being an athlete. He know about being in the spotlight. So we clicked right away, man. And in September this year, we'll make 3 years that we've been boxing, man. And at a 21 on paper, at a 21-1 record, unheard of. On your first 2 or 3 year boxing, unheard of. And to win the Golden Gloves, championship twice, all that stuff, man, is unheard of. Because people start when they 12 years old.
Yeah.
I started at 28, 29 years old. You know, and I asked them, what made me get over the hump was I was in there sparring some guys, 130 pounds, 120 pounds, right? And I said, beating my tail. Mind you, at the time, I was 200-something pounds coming fresh out the football field. Yeah. 200 pounds, these dudes 130. I'm talking about, man, sending me home with black eyes, broke nose, everything. I'm sitting there like, I called coach and, "Hey, coach, you sure it's for me, man?" like, you sure it's for me? I'm like, man, these kids, right. I'm like, these kids, 120, I'm like, they small. Kids I used to look at on the street like, man, I'll tear them up for, everything get in the fight. Whole time, man, these jokers, man, tearing me up. And I'm like, "Coach," he said, "You got it. Keep coming. Keep coming." And him saying that already knew my mind frame when stuff get tough, just keep pushing through because at the end of it, it's light at the end of the tunnel. It's light. Just keep pushing. So I already knew that drive. I said, "Okay, I got you, coach." And man, like you said, fast forward to 2-3 years later, those same guys, come on, man, they can't even step foot in the ring with me, you know? Right. Cause I've been practicing, training my butt off, man. I just come 2-3 times a day just so I can get it. And those guys only train it once a day. Yeah. So you talking 10 years. 10 years of training, 10 years of watching film, 10 years of studying. I put 10 years all into 2 years because I was doing it twice and 3 times a day. And now it's starting to come natural to me. And the guys that I train with are awesome fighters, man. They're my gym, good fighters. Guys up and coming world champs in there, man. It's a good gym, man. It's in the trenches, it's in the hood of Baltimore, back where I started, like the foundation. It started from the bottom again, and to actually live this life, man, starting from nothing, poverty, growing up seeing death, friends getting killed, through robberies, everything, man. To see these things, I'm to this day, I'm still waking up saying, "God, thank you."
Yeah, amen.
Thank you, because it's really, it's really a life that you wouldn't even imagine.
Like a movie.
Like a movie.
It's surreal. Like
a movie, man. It's deep.
I remember one summer I was in Mexico on the beach filming something, and in that moment I got a flashback of being up Johnny G. Howard basketball court playing basketball for money while guys were over there selling drugs and shooting dice. And I'm like, damn, I'm on the beach in Mexico filming a TV show. I used to back in the hood when they was selling drugs and shit. Man, you on cue for some.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you cannot, as an individual, forget where you come from, the things you've been through, and what it took to get where you at. And what people don't realize is that it's more work at the top. It's more work at the next level. It don't get lighter. It gets heavier. You just understand it more. And you like, it's innate. It's in you. So I always say it's not what's on us, it's what's in us. And what's in us is what makes us who we are and what we're trying to become at the next level. So, you know, I'm like I said again, man, I'm proud of you. You let nothing stop you ever in life, no matter what it was. You continue to push despite any challenges or setbacks you might have. And you up and coming, man. The next Baltimore champion. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying boxing-wise, but I'm saying activist. I'm saying role model. I'm saying just someone who's living by example. Like I said, a lot of people can talk it, but you living it. And that's one thing I've learned in life as a man, especially a black man. You got to show people, right? We can talk until we blue in the face. People want to see it, right? Because most people go off what they see and not what they know. Right. We know the truth of things. We know if someone's capping or someone pump faking or bluffing, whatever term you want to use. Right. But when a person see it, and then they see it and they feel it, they got to believe it. It's that simple. So you continue to show them, and you don't tell, they just watch. So, man, all I want to say as a friend, as a brother, man, I love you, man. Keep showing up, bro. Keep showing up. You know, before we get off here, I'm going to leave you with a story. I don't think I ever told you this. It was probably like 2 years ago. I had just got back from shooting a commercial, and I had got sick or something. Like I lost a lot of weight, and I wasn't feeling good. And then I got back like a Tuesday. I had like 3 events on a Saturday, right? And that Saturday, I had a brain tumor association while I was emceeing and warming up the people. Noon that day, I had like a boot camp for breast cancer research. And then later that night, I was hosting a Halloween party, but I was feeling bad, bro. Feeling bad, really down. And the first event was at 8 a.m. I had already at the time I lost probably like 7, 8 pounds. I'm feeling low. But the people that I'm going to pump up or motivate or inspire to work out before this 5K, they don't really know. So what we do, we just chalk it up, we shut up, and we go get it, we go do it. So I show up. So when I get there, they actually giving me, you know, directions and guidelines to do more than what I was there to do. I'm like, dang, y'all want me to do this and do that? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So right before the run, you know, because I was on the stage, I walked down the stairs, and this little young girl, little young lady, I think she was like 11 years old. And she's like, oh my God, you know, I'm such a fan of yours. Can I get a photo? And I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And she was like, but 1 second. She said, I just want you to know. She's like, my mom was a big fan of yours. And she loved you. And she would be happy to see you. But my mom, unfortunately, a year ago, lost her life to a brain tumor. And I know she's smiling right now. Bro, my whole life changed. My whole day changed. But I was feeling like shit. I was feeling bad, bro. I was feeling down. That little girl, that young lady lifted my spirits and changed my whole outlook on life and my day. So what I'm saying to people listening or what I just told you, like if we just show up, I'm not asking you to show up perfect. I'm not asking you to show up to be the best. Just show up. You'll grow and you'll glow and you'll become more, because you never know who's watching you. You never know who you're inspiring. You never know who you're motivating. You know, because I always say if we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And that perspective from that young lady changed my whole outlook on what I was feeling. Like this young lady lost her mom from a brain tumor.
That's deep, man.
I'm tripping about I'm a little ill, and man, go be something, man. Go continue to motivate these people, man. You got something to live for. People living through you. So us being from Baltimore and growing up the way we did, and you know, even though our lives was different, the challenges were the same. You know what I'm saying? The emotions were the same. I'm sorry, the challenges was different, but the emotions were the same. So you continue to got to do, man. I continue to do what I got to do, but let's push, bro. Let's push.
That's
Let's
deep, man. That's
get to the
deep.
next level,
Hey,
mentally, financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Let's help. Let's help the world. I always say, help me, help you, help us, help everyone. You know what I'm saying?
that's deep, man.
So
That's deep.
the more you push, the more you go, the more you grow, the more everything around you push, the more everything around you grow because they have to, because they see it. When people see you growing, they want to grow. And if
They
they
want to
don't grow, eventually they have to. Because it's like, damn, that's Duke right there. Yo, damn, man, he just came back and gave away. Woo, woo, woo. Man, he really a champion. He really like, man, you inspiring people. You giving people hope. You giving people love. You giving people faith. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes faith is the flesh for most people who don't really got the spirit of having internal faith. If you know what I mean?
Or believe, right?
Or believe we come from.
Right.
Not
Right.
want to have faith, they just don't know how to have it. So
Man,
when they see us
that's deep.
get it, when they see us go get it, they have to have it.
That's deep, man. That's
And
deep.
people want to have faith, they don't know how to have faith.
Wow.
Put faith in others. You see what I'm saying? When they see someone doing it, that's their faith. So you're actually, you doing you is giving people faith that they can do them. Man, if Walter doing it, if Duke doing it, Stone Heavy hitter doing it, shit, I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen. That right there, I don't want to go into the story deep, but I gotta give it to the people. Because that faith word right there, when I say that changed my thought on life, so how you saying people seeing this and that, I'm gonna give you the bottom of the barrel of the story, man. The minute that conversation I had with my school teacher, right? She asked what I want to do for boxing, and I'm gonna tell you where that started from. I have an 8-year-old daughter, Riley Sanders, her name, Riley Sanders, Princess Riley. My daughter's blind, right? Everybody knows she's blind. She's blind. Can't see nothing. Can't see at all. My daughter does piano. She's swimming 10, 12 feet of water that I couldn't even swim in. Doing pageants, singing, dancing, whatever, doing braille, whatever you can think of, she's doing it, right?
Right.
So transition to boxing. She was in the house watching, not watching literally, but listening to stuff on TV. ESPN, I watch sports all the time. She keep hearing, oh, Dad, who's Mike Tyson? Who's Floyd Mayweather? They say he got a big house, elevators, cars, this and that. And I'm like, they boxers. They got a lot of money. They've been doing it for a while. They're good. Left the conversation alone. 2 or 3 days later, she come to me again. Hey, Dad, they keep talking about Floyd Mayweather on TV because I think the McGregor or some fight was coming up. So big money fight, all this and that. It kept being on the TV. She's like, Daddy, and then she finally came to me like, Daddy, I want a big house with an elevator. I want this and I want that. I said, well, your daddy ain't no boxer, so they ain't, I can't see myself doing it. I ain't started at the early age. I'm old now. I ain't doing no boxing. I can't see myself doing it.
Yeah.
My daughter, I was ready to walk off. My daughter grabbed my hand. She like I see her feeling for me because I'm on the couch beside her. She grabbed my hand and was like, Daddy, what you mean you can't see yourself boxing? I said, Riley, I played football when I was younger. Other sports, I didn't start by boxing. I don't see myself boxing. She said, Daddy, I wake up every day and I go to piano. I do this. I play this. I do braille. I do stuff. I do stuff every day, and I can't see at all.
Damn.
Bro, when she said that, when I say a tear came down my face, she said, Daddy, I can't see at all. So what you mean you can't see yourself boxing? She said, you have faith. You gotta have faith. Bruh, she was 6 years old at the time. I'm sitting there like,
Jesus.
I mean, if you meet her, you won't even know she's blind because she's so smart. She does everything. It's like she tell you jokes. She'll turn the whole. It was a situation. She was crying and she just told me a joke. Like, well, you know what, Daddy? All that, and I made a TikTok. I'm like, what? I'm sitting there tripping because when she told me, Dad, how can you say you can't see yourself boxing? I can't see at all, and I do all these things. Dang. Right then and there, I looked at her, and of course you couldn't see me looking at her, but I was literally had tears coming down my face. I was like, you know what? I got you. I said, I see how hard you and your sister go. So I got 2 daughters, Mackenzie and Riley. I see how hard they go at each other and play and do this and that. And the one that can't see, she don't miss a beat. So I'm sitting there like, wow, okay, Riley, I got you. You know why? Because you're absolutely right. I can't make an excuse of, I can't see myself doing something. You can't see it all, and you doing all these things. And I don't tell you, you don't complain. I haven't heard you say or complain about, Daddy, I can't see that, so I can't do that. I never heard her say that. And all these times since you've been born. She's 8 years old now. And I sit there and say, you know what? I got you. So that right then and there, that was a turning point for me to get into boxing and why I had to go so hard.
Hey, man, it's already written. It's not, so the big house with the elevator is coming. It's coming. It's coming. But
deep, man.
yeah,
it's deep.
Beautiful, man. That's priceless. You know what I mean? You can't buy that. You can only feel that and go through that. So with that being said, man, I just want to say thank you again for your time and your energy and your story. They always say, no grind, no glory. What's your story? And a lot of times people don't want to tell that story because they're afraid of it, but your story is going to empower you to be more. So you've been doing it since a yay high. And like I said, man, keep pushing. Everybody on here follow Stone Heavy Hitter Walt Sanders, up and coming Baltimore boxing champion. And follow him. Follow my guy. Follow Stone Heavy Hitter. I will put this live up on my page so you guys can go check it out. Dude, Stone Heavy Hitter, you got anything to leave the people with? Any words of advice or encouragement that you might have?
Man, I just want to say, man, I know the interview was, strictly asking me questions, but I want to say from brother to brother, man, I love you dearly, man. And I can say, man, believe it or not, you honestly changed my life, man, by actually stepping out on faith. When you moved to LA after college, you went to you had a graduation event party and all that. And he was like, yeah, I'm going out to LA. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, LA, it's an expensive place. Like, man, you got anything lined up? Nah, I'm just going out there, man. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm sitting there like man, I said, I know we tough. We from Baltimore, we tough, but I said, all right, E. And to know that you graduate from college, university, I'm sitting there like, well, if anybody can do it, we can do it. And I'm sitting there like, all right, man, he go down there, he can make it happen, man. And you always just send these text messages. I was in college, text messages, motivation. I'm talking about, it was times I was broken, man. You didn't even know it. And me looking at my phone in the morning, I was waiting for that message. I waited for that message. And I didn't even text you and say, hey, man, I need you to send me something.
Right.
I was back then. I'm like waiting, man. And those messages, man, those messages that you sent, those motivational messages, man, changed my life, man. And it's so rewarding for you now because, all the people saying, your success. The thing is, man, you've been doing this in the dark. You've been doing this in the dark for years prior to it's coming to light. So God is going to keep rewarding you for all the stuff you did in the dark, man. It's coming to light. So I just want to say, man, those messages, man, really helped turn my life around, man. And I always knew that your day was coming. I didn't know, what it's going to be or what it is, man. But not only that it's coming, but man, your future look bright, man. It's crazy how when you see it, you can feel the energy, like, man, that's the guy right there. Yeah, they can say walk this, that, but no, I know my man Eric, that's the guy. So it's different. It's different. You can walk in any room, man. You can walk in any room. I don't care if it's the shelter, the Warren Buffets, whatever. It don't matter the level. You can walk in that room, man, and take the energy and change it. You that guy to do that, man. And it's such an amazing thing to have those characteristics in you because in this life, that's what you have to do. That's what you have to be. So
right.
I just thank God for you, man. As a friend, I appreciate you, man. Because to be honest with you, man, without those things, those messages and all that, some days I wouldn't have made it, man. So if I never told you those things, those man, that really helped me, man. That truly helped me. Yeah, my hard work and drive, but the strong ones need help too. You know what I mean? Or advice or encouragement.
I want to say thank you, man. But more importantly, like I know my purpose, and in those times I was looking for my purpose. but I still was living my purpose. So it's interesting. You know, there's a saying, you know, and we'll finish with this, is that what you practice in private, you will be rewarded for in public. You know what I'm saying? So I'll continue to tell everybody, continue to work hard in private so you can get what you deserve and be rewarded what you want in public. And it's not always easy, you know, being me and showing up, but I know it's bigger than me. It's definitely, and it's miracle season, and the miracles don't come easy, but they worth having. So it's love, bro. It's brotherly love, and much as you needed me, I needed you. Like those texts was given those at those moments I was broke. I was in a one bedroom with a roommate. So I'm sending out that energy because I need somebody to say something.
Right.
Like I'm pushing it because I'm trying to get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm giving what I want. You know, they say you get what you give. So God is great, man, and we're gonna continue to level up and get to the next level and just be great individuals for people to look up to and to follow. And I always tell people, you know, I ain't a model. I'm a role model for what to do and what not to do. I'm not perfect. I'm not squeaky clean. I don't want to be, but I'm me. I'm real. I'm solid. I'm gonna make it happen as much as I got air in my body. So yeah, bro. So we just gotta keep going, man. Man, enjoy your Friday. Sending love and light to you and the family. Stay blessed, man. Just be deep. Stone heavy headed, baby.
Right.
So, holla at me, man. But we'll talk soon. I'll text you in a few. But I love you, man. Be safe. Keep winning, man. Be great, my guy.
All right, man.
All right, bro. Peace.
Right.
That's a wrap. It's miracle season. Stone heavy hitter. Duke, my boy, my guy. Check this out. This is a good interview and conversation. We got deep. But it was all for the right reasons. You guys be good. Peace and love.